the 5 years to come, this will be the biggest cannabis market in the world. If we tokenize cannabis plants. Wow, okay, this could be crazy. I'm Antoine, and I joined Waldos Legend in July 2023.
What exactly do you do?
We are a Web3 legal cannabis brand.
How did you come up with the idea of using NFTs to be able to connect with your customer base?
You need 1,000 diehard fans instead of 1 million of followers. Create a very strong core team. Today we have people that invested 0.1 ETH and they spent more than 3,000 euros in product on our website. How can we associate NFTs and cannabis? Every plant will have a counterpart on the blockchain. So people will make money investing in the booming cannabis industry, secured by blockchain, and they will be able to know exactly where their product is coming from. This is money from the community invested without the banks. This is what we did, and this is what Web3 is great for.
I'm excited to have you on the pod, Antoine. And for those that know the project, pun is intended, Waldo Legends is amazing. And I met you guys in Lisbon a few months ago, and we've meant to have a conversation for a while. So nice to have you. Tell me a bit more about about yourself and what you do within the industry.
Thank you, Ivan. It's a great pleasure to be here. Like you said, we met at NFC Lisbon. It was great. It was a lot of fun. We had a nice ride, nice beach afternoon, sunny weather. It was really great. With all the Digins with us, that was great. So very quickly, I hope, let me introduce myself. So I'm Antoine, 41 years old. I'm a proud father of nice little girl of 12 years old. And I started my career in entrepreneurship in 2006. So yeah, it's a bit a long time ago, 18 years. And I started by doing Ubicast. Ubicast was basically a recording device to be installed in universities and companies to record and stream live on a streaming platform we developed. And this is how I started. So I did that for a couple of years. Then I split with my team. I stayed associate, but I split it. And then I did drop shipping for China stuff, Bluetooth speakers and portable batteries, kind of how do you say, power banks, this kind of stuff. I created dating website related to music called SoundMeet. Like you match on the music with somebody and then you just do your thing. I went back to my first company in 2015 and I was in charge of the support at that time. And then I moved to sales and I was in charge of the whole French speaking part of Europe and a bit of North Africa. So I did that for, 5 years, 6 years. In the meantime, I created a spin-off of that company in Morocco. And I created a leather goods brand from France that you can personalize. You can stamp your initials on it. So it was a nice ride, but wasn't a big project. And I started crypto in 2017. I discovered Binance at that time. This was the very, very beginning of the BNB. My first coin was the Litecoin. So yeah, it was a long time ago. And I stopped the crypto game in 2018. This was very short, I was just before the top of BTC and I basically lost a big chunk of my money on it. So yeah, I just
What got you in crypto? I'm sorry to interrupt. What got you in crypto in the first place? Why did you invest?
because of my associate at the time, he was sensible to all about cryptocurrencies. Not a big fan of Bitcoin at that time. He was more on the Ethereum. He was an ETH guy, and yeah, he put me into the rabbit hole, and yeah, I dug at that time a bit, but I really started digging again in 2021, and I was into play to earn, a bit of NFTs at that time. For those who recall, a crypto mine was a very big rug at that time, a very big project, but a lot of traction. The numbers we see today with all the coin on ton on Telegram is crazy, and this is absolutely not something we could have expect in 2021. And 2022 was very calm, just doing stuff, in and out of the market, losing money basically a lot. And I joined a team that was called La Huge Letter at the time, quite known newsletter in French for Web3 people, Web3 aficionados. And we published every week. This was kind of a nice newsletter because we accumulated 20,000 readers at the end. We had a very nice merge with Coin Tribune, which is a very well-known media, owning one part of Cointelegraph France. And at that time, this was nice, but sometimes you have the product market fit, and sometimes you have the people team fit, and that wasn't great. So we decided to part ways very quickly, and I joined Waldos Legend full time in July 2023. And since July 2023, I'm a COO of the company, and yeah, I act as a co-founder, even if I wasn't here in the beginning. The company really took off after July. We had NFT Biarritz in August, which really puts the Waldos on the map. And then we had nice events. We had the slow mint going, and still grinding. And yeah, that's where the Web3 is really strong and resilient, around events. You find people all over the globe, and you can, yeah, discuss, meet and greet. This is a nice ecosystem.
I had the pleasure to spend quite a lot of time with you in Lisbon around NFC, so I know a bit about the project, but could you tell me the TLDR? What exactly do you do with Waldo?
Okay, basically we are a next gen Web3 legal cannabis brand. That's the idea. So to give a bit of context, Gael, my associate and the CEO, started a project back in March 2022, and at that time he was like, how can we associate NFTs and cannabis? What can we do around that? And at that time there was this big scam called Juicy Fields. This was the end of Juicy Fields, and he was like, come on, I need to do like membership cards with NFT. And it all started by that, like creating an NFT collection, giving people perks, vouchers, discount, you name it, to people holding that NFT, and directly usable, utility first. And he started from zero on Twitter, zero on Discord, so very rough beginning. The mint was nice, so 420 NFTs for the Genesis collection, and a bit more than 100 were mint at that time. So it started well. All the money collected was reinvested into two things, mainly the online store and the physical shop in the south of France, in Montpellier. So this was October 2022 for the online store, and March 2023 for the physical store. And I recall being there at the opening with Gael. He was still painting the walls in blue. This was the very very beginning of the project. And basically, the store is a Shopify, token gated. You connect your NFT, and depending on the rarity level of your NFT, you are able to get up to 50% discount. So if you have a common, you have 30%. If you have a rare, you have 40%. And if you have a mythic, you have 50% discount. And this is something that really resonates into the community. Like the people smoking CBD were able to have crazy prices on their product and very very good product, because this is our ethos, this is in our ethic. So no chemical products, no derivated molecules. So we only do CBD, no HHC, THCP, H3 CBD, you name it. So we don't do that. Only premium Switzerland flowers, and we do ourselves the resins, the ash, with a ash maker in the south of France. So our resin are made homemade by a very capable man. He's very good at what he does. So it all started here, being able to bring very nice discount to the community, and everything stacked up and grew in our minds, and we were like, okay, we need to go the extra mile. We
Before
remember
we get
that
there, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Before we go to the extra mile, I just want to
you need
talk.
to interrupt me because I speak a lot, so it's
No, no,
okay,
it's
then don't
absolutely
worry.
fine. I want to talk about cannabis and the negative connotations associated with it. So I feel like it's inculcated in us that cannabis can be addictive, and I guess it might be, but there are a lot of other substances that are also addictive, but they're legalized, like alcohol, cigarettes. And there is this entire debate around, oh, cannabis, why are you selling it? And I know that you guys were giving cannabis in the form of CBD to people that were in Lisbon. And everyone was amazed, like, oh, how are you doing it? So I know that you managed to attract some interest and people were talking about it. So could you tell me a bit more about it? Like, where do you stand on cannabis? How do you feel about it?
Okay, so this kind of bad press around cannabis is a bit, it's a kind of a French thing and a bit in Europe. But if you try to expand, especially in the USA, if you see the big picture, all in Waldos Legend is tied to cannabis and to the 420 culture, because in the DNA of Waldos Legend, you have this legend, this story of the students gathering at the bottom of Louis Pasteur statue in San Jose in the 70s, and they were using the 420 as a code. So every day at 4 p.m. and 20 minutes, we meet and we smoke. So this was the beginning of the legend, and the legend is still vivid today because we are still celebrating the 420. So just to loop this idea, the 420 culture and the vision, the feeling around cannabis is very different from an American point of view, or for a French guy. So I'm not totally sold on the idea that cannabis is bad, but I do recognize that sometimes you have bad press. Not everybody wants to work with us. So yeah, we get that. And to reply to your point regarding addiction, THC is addictive. CBD is not. This is something that we can take into account, and there is no risk of being stoned or high with CBD. This is kind of a morphinic This is just you. It mellows the mood, and you are cool in your body. This is absolutely not psychotropic, or I don't know how to say that in English, but this is not in your mind. This is just in your body. You will be relaxed and chill, and this is very good for your body. People are treating epilepsies or a lot of issues with CBD, especially because we are into cannabis, but as I said, legal cannabis. And since we are French, our domestic market is France. So we had to find a way to distribute cannabis products. And in France, this is CBD. But this is not the end. We would like to expand and do THC, of course, having growing facilities and all that stuff. But at the moment, we are really focused on CBD because this is the easiest way to reach our customers.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And could you tell me a bit more about the entire idea of NFTs and building a community? Because I'm a big proponent of NFTs, and I think that there is so much more utility than just being art. And the entire vision of like non-fungible tokens started as it being art, but it has evolved over the years. And some people argue that they're dead because they have not picked up this bull market. I mean, like at the beginning of this bull market, and some people are quite skeptical on it, but I have noticed that a lot of big projects are employing NFTs to build community, and now they're used as a resource to be able to reach to your customers. And I guess that's the use case that you're also having. Run me through the entire idea of how did you come up with the idea of using NFTs to be able to connect with your customer base?
Oh, the idea behind that is just that you need 1,000 diehard fans instead of 1 million of followers. So the idea was to create a very strong core. I was about to say team, but it's a bit like a team. People are investing in your project. They are GMing every morning. They are active in your Discord. So having a community is something very strong. And to reply on the second part, the NFT is a technology derivated from the blockchain. So regarding the usage you are underlining, like the pudgy penguins or bored apes or you name it, they started with the art and with the FOMO and all that bull market on NFT, and that was crazy at the time with the MoonPay, Eminem, Taylor Swift. This was crazy, but this was art and degen and kind of endorsing the NFT art by celebrities. When I say it's a technology, it's because the non-fungibility of this token are the non-fungibility is the essence of this token. This is what made them unique, and if you have something unique and you can prove ownership on it, you can derivate a lot of usage behind that. So this is a way to fund your project in the beginning. In our case, obviously, this is just throwing DALI or Midjourney art into NFT just to make a quick cash grab. I think I don't judge anybody, but I don't think this is good for the global image of NFTs. This is a very, very powerful technology. You can do supply chain tracking. You can do counterfeit tracking. We are discussing with a very nice company. I love them. They know this, which is called Ariani. And Ariani is a very nice project, very nice protocol. And they are securing the counterfeit and second market process for all the Breitling watches. So the Breitling is out of the facility with a NFT on it, and you just scan the NFC chip, and then you have the certificate that it's your watch, and you can track the secondary market reselling with the NFT. So there are a lot of usage application of the NFT technology. So it's maybe, just to reply, maybe the fame and all that FOMO art stuff is gone, and project need to find a new way to interact with the community. But the technology is here to stay, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with it. And on your point earlier on, that you essentially give discounts to people that own the NFT. And I like that. It's essentially a loyalty program. But some people might argue that we already have existing loyalty programs. So why would we need to utilize this new technology like blockchain and NFTs to create a loyalty program when we could just do it in the normal Web2 world? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I agree, but Web3 is born with speculation, and you can't speculate on the cardboard of the pizza guy, and you can lose it. Like, oh shit, I lost these 7 pizza and I was 3 pizza away to have a free pizza. So you have this tracking, you have this digital object, but this is not for everybody. So you lose something on each. You need to have a wallet, you need to be aware of how to buy it and how to keep it and don't lose it. So yeah, NFT is still a bit tricky, but for mass adoption. But we have a lot more software companies that are especially expanding the way you can store your NFT without wallet. They are custodial for you. You just log with an email. And every time I speak with people that are really into security, the 12 or 20 words phrase sentence, I'm like, dude, come on. People are using a 4-digit PIN for their credit cards. So think about it. They just use a bonjour 72 as a password for Gmail. The people are not ready to store 12 or 24 words, and like they are threatened to lose the access to all their funds if they lose that seed phrase. This is crazy. The narrative is not good. This is this is a bit frightening for people. What? I don't want to use NFT because I can lose access. So yeah, as I said, this is a balance. You lose people here, but you get new here. All in all, I think having NFT is very, very good for a project or a brand, because you are creating a strong community, and everything is related to that, the community. Today we have people that invested 0.1 ETH at that time. This was 150 euros, I think, at the time they minted, and they spent more than 3,000 euros in product on our website, on which they have 50% discount. So they made 1,500 euros discount. So they ROI 10x on the price they paid at that time. And if you think about it, this is crazy. Like, on it, you don't need speculation or anything. This is the cherry on the cake with Waldos. You can trade your NFT. We have a very strong floor. So you can trade your NFT, but you are incentivized to keep it. You should keep it because you have discount, you have airdrop of the token. There is a lot more to come. So keep it. Don't trade it.
Yeah, I agree with it. And you're talking about NFTs and how much you're selling them for. I know that recently you run a 3 weeks campaign that was supposed to finish a few days ago, and you're minting 116 NFTs. How did that go? How many have you minted? Because I know, as you mentioned earlier on, the Genesis was 120, and I guess you're memorizing the famous 420. So how many have you minted? What's on the roadmap? How many more are you planning to mint?
So we didn't start the mint already. We had to postpone because of technical no issues. But just to rewind a bit, we had a smart contract in the beginning for the collection, and this smart contract had issues, not security issues, but practicalness issues. Like there was no admin mint, there was no whitelisting, no multi mint. So at the end of the day, it was a burden. Okay, so we were like, okay, we need to change that. So we created a whole new smart contract, brand new, fresh, with all the functionalities we needed: multi mint, admin mint, you name it, whitelisting. So the new contract is really great, and we are at the moment. So today we record on the 25th of July, and we are at the moment in this phase of 3 weeks until the 8th of August for the whitelist mint and the 9th of August for the public mint. We have 116 NFT to go. So we minted 304 already. So we froze the contract and we are about to drop the new contract. And we have a very nice mechanism of incentive. So the previous holders will be airdrop their NFTs, like one-on-one, exactly as if it never happened, and they have the opportunity to buy these NFTs a bit cheaper, 20% cheaper, so they can buy it for 0.08. So obviously we are encouraging them to buy more NFTs, and we are doing all that work on Twitter to get traction and have whitelisting and then the public mint. And all the people that will mint during the whitelist will have a referral that they will be able to share, and they will have a 10% cashback on the public mint of the people they refer.
Okay,
so that's for the technical part.
Could you help me understand why would anyone need more than one NFT? Because let's say I buy one, it gives me 20% discount. If I get the second one that gives me 30% discount, would I have 50% in total, or is it just like the hard discount? How would that work? Have you thought about it?
No, it's 30, 40, 50 for one NFT. So if you have one rare and one mythic, you will have the discount of the mythic, obviously the biggest discount. At the moment, the more NFT you have, the biggest the airdrop will be, because we will have a token. The TG will be around October, November. We are working on
we'll
it.
Definitely talk about the token in a bit.
Yeah, so that's the short answer. The more NFT you have, the biggest the airdrop will be for you.
Okay, and could you tell me more about the white mint and the public mint? So let's say if you manage to sell all the 116 NFTs within the white mint, would you still have any NFTs for the public mint? And how can someone qualify for the white mint? What are the requirements?
Basically, you can go to our Questen. We have a very strong community on Questen. Almost 5,000 people tried hard the quest. So you can reap USDC. You can have Questen Waldos NFTs that are only to have a small part of the airdrop. And of course, you can win whitelist. So this is the farming way. If you want to farm it, you just have to interact with our Twitter or join the Discord, and you will be able to secure, hopefully, if you're a bit lucky and if you do the quest, your whitelist. Or starting next week, we will distribute packs of whitelist to our best communities. So we know a lot of communities in France. And as I said, like minutes ago, not everybody is okay to work with us. Even if it's free whitelisting, some projects don't want to have anything to do with cannabis. So it's perfectly fine. But this is narrowing the field of who is interested and who we should incorporate into. And we would like to have, smokers and people that we get along well. So yeah.
Nice. And you were also talking about the smart contract, and you upgraded it to be able to reflect all the needed features. I was just wondering, what blockchain is it built on, and why did you choose that particular blockchain over any other blockchain?
It's on Ethereum. In 2022, there was Solana or Ethereum for NFT. So the choice has been made at that time by Gael to go on Ethereum because this was way better in many points. And this is not just an upgrade. This is a brand new smart contract. So if you are interested in to know, we are accelerated by a very well-known French startup studio, which is called Pirates Labs. And we secured the technical credit from them. So this is very helpful. We are two at Waldos Legend full time, and now we have a CMO, we have a web designer, web developer, we have a developer especially for the smart contract. This is huge for us. We have people that we can trust and we can ask them to do things for us. This is brand new. This is crazy, and we are developing this new smart contract with Pirates Labs, and they are doing magic. This is crazy. They combine like a lot of projects: Interstellar, Cross the Ages, Defeat, Bubble Maps, Jokies, Metafight, a lot of French project with a lot of traction. So yeah, we are definitely in good hands with them.
I also want to talk about the two shops that you have. You have a digital and a physical shop. So do you distribute cannabis all over the world, and do you have any regulatory challenges that you face? But also, how did you manage to open one in France? I'm not 100% aware of what the legal implications are. But could you just run me through that process?
Yeah, sure. It's perfectly fine. You can open CBD store in France with absolutely no issue. What is a bit trickier is to find a bank that is following you, and that allows me to link again that point to community. What we did with this is like we raised the 30.3 ETH because we minted 30.4. We minted 304 NFTs. So this is money from the community invested without the banks, without anybody having a saying so. We just raise the money and we redistribute to the community. This is what we did, and this is what Web3 is great for. Regarding the shipping all around the world and eventually in Europe. So we don't ship around the world. We ship in Belgium, Spain. We tried Switzerland, but this is tough because of the customs and all that stuff. So basically, CBD is globally okay in the whole Europe, so you can send CBD, but you have issues with customs to pay the difference in different countries, the VAT too. So yeah, sometimes it's a bit tricky to send products, but we do that.
Nice. And could you just tell me a bit more about the airdrop and how you'll be actually, before we talk about it, let's talk about the tokenomics and the token. So as you mentioned earlier on, you're planning to launch the token in October. Could you tell me a bit more about the tokenomics? Why do you need a token? You already have an amazing community with the NFT holders. What will be the utility of the token?
As I said, we are in a new phase of the project, the phase of redistributing. And this is exactly what we will do with the token. Like, people supported us since almost 2 years now, and we thought that having a token and being able to airdrop that token since day one to people that supported us in the past was a great way to give back. So this was the first idea, and then we were like, yeah, but this will be very cool to raise funds. Okay, another point taken. So um, we will gift the community, raise funds, and then have a very nice utility to make a bridge with the RWA part, because the token will be used as a locking token in the beginning. You will lock your token and you will have different tier following the amount of token you locked and the time you will lock them. And doing so, you will be able to have discounts on all our products, because 420 NFTs is a nice number. That's not a lot, a lot of collections have way more NFTs, but it's still limited. 420 is quite limited. But what if we can have huge discount for people locking token too? That they weren't there in the beginning, they maybe fade the NFT phase, they just didn't know the project was existing, but now they want nice discounts too. So they are able to lock their token for a certain amount of time and a certain amount of token, and they reach tier and they will have discounts on all our products. And they will secure a yield on the RWA. So the more token you lock, the longer you lock them, the biggest will be the yield regarding the RWA part.
And could you tell me more about the RWA part? Is it just the
Yeah, but
tokenization of?
I waited that you asked me because I was ahead of you. I
No,
was
no,
like,
no. It's
okay,
absolutely fine. Yeah.
I was
Thanks. Yeah.
like,
Tell me
dude,
more
you're
about
gonna speak for 5 minutes, so yeah, just let Ivan do his job.
it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, as I said, we were very excited by what Juicy Fields did in the past, but this was a big scam. They scam tens of millions to people, so this was crazy stupid. They they faked it till they made it, and they faked it well, obviously. But we were like, come on, if we tokenize cannabis plant, wow, okay, this could be crazy. Like, we have a cell of 500 cannabis plants. We tokenize 420 of them. So you buy a token, which is the digital counterpart of your plant. Then the plant grows in 3 months, 3 months and a half. We harvest the plants, we dry them, all that stuff, all that process, and we distribute them into our distribution network. And then we share the benefits with people. So we are able to give 20% yield in 100 days. That's our promise to the biggest level of PEPOS holder, of the token holders, and obviously the NFT holders. But we were like, wait, we tokenize cannabis plants. So it means that every plant will have a counterpart on the blockchain. Wow. So we can track product. We will be able to track product from seed to shelf. Oh, that's huge. So what about being totally transparent with certified product, with traceability? So you know where it grows, you know everything on the product. And we were like, okay, so people will make money investing in the booming cannabis industry, secured by blockchain, and they will be able to know exactly where their product is coming from. And we discussed a bit with the community, and we said, like, okay, we should be able to redeem a part of that product as flowers just to smoke, because you waited, like, I don't know, 100 days to have your yield. But what if you just share that? You just like take 10% of the yield, and you have 10% for your own consumption.
Yeah, just a question about the yield. Could you tell me a bit more about how are you generating it? Is it based on the product that you sell, or how would you generate, like, where would you get the money to pay people to take their token?
we we tokenize the whole cell. Let's say we need to raise 50K for 1,000 plants. So people will be able to invest $50 a plant. Okay, so people invest, we raise the fund, and we or our partners grow the plants, we harvest them, and then we resell them. Because you need to know that cannabis is a very high margin market. Like you can go from, I don't know, 182 euros per gram in bulk, or even less if you are lucky, or if you buy huge quantities, like €1.5 for a gram. And you resell that 6, 7, €8 a gram. So yeah, margin are great, but there is a trick here. You don't want to spend like 3 months to resell the product, in all the shops and all that stuff. So this is why we have a vertical for wholesale distribution. We have partners in Switzerland that are doing that all day long. They made €1 million last year in wholesale. This is what they do for a living, reselling products. So they will buy in bulk at a very low price because we can secure the harvest of the grower. We can say, look, we have 50K, we give it to you, and you give us a very nice discount on the final product. So we take the whole harvest and then we resell it at a wholesale price. And even like this, we can have margin up to 35%. So if you deliver 20% yield, this is really correct, and we won't give 20% yield to everybody. We plan to have a lot of middle to low tier people and only a few like 250, 500 people with top tier, like tier 4, 5, 6, with the biggest yield. So yeah, that's it. Basically, we buy low, we sell high, and we share the benefits with the community.
Sounds like trading meme coins. You buy low, you sell high. No,
Yeah.
just joking. But you've been talking a lot about the community, and I know that you've grown it quite a lot in the last few months. Could you tell me what are some of the blockers that you face now, and what's the next stage for you? What would you like to achieve by the end of the year, but also by the end of next year? How much would you like to grow the community? And yeah, what type of people also would you like to attract? Because as you said, it's like a quite unique community, and it's mainly people that most likely smoke, because if you don't smoke, then what's the point of having an NFT that will give you 50% discount to cannabis?
That's precisely because we want to attract more non-smoker and speculator, because you can have the NFT, enjoy the airdrop, and secure the yield. So you will be able to put 10,000 USDC and have a very nice yield because you have the NFT from Waldos. So this was, since the beginning, our way to attract people that are not smoking. This is very important. We need to have that. And we have a second brand, which is called maisondaoli.com, maison-daoli.com, which is specialized in sublingual oils and gels and cosmetics in the future. But this is completely different from Waldos Legend, with the IP, with the Adventureland, Rick and Morty style, very colorful and all that stuff. Maison Daoli is very neat, white and violet, very different. So we need to attract different type of people. But at the end of the day, we would like to attract people that have something with cannabis, anything. It can be just, I know somebody who smokes. I like the smell of it. It eases my pain, my joints, without, nice word trick. But yeah, this is something we need to, I don't know how to say that, but people need to have a bit of something with cannabis, obviously. To reply to the next part of your question, we would like to grow that community a lot with international people. Like today, the Discord is 5K, Twitter is 15K. At the end of the day, the year, we hope to triple that. So yeah, 15K on Discord and 45, 50K on Twitter, but a lot more of international people. And next year we will go to USA. We will have dispensaries partner. This is a bit of an alpha, what I'm going to say now, but we were discussing with crypto.com or crypto.com, sorry, it's French, crypto.com last week, and they are really interested in cannabis RWA. This is something they don't have, and they need new NFT project. So, we are thinking about doing a lot of nice stuff in USA next year. My associate Gail will be in Charleston in South Carolina at the beginning of August, because there is the Pepe Fest there, hosted by Beeple, and he was selected for the design of the Pepos, the token, which is around Pepe. The lore is that Pepe smoked some Waldos weed and he changed into Pepos. And this was, the art direction is really catchy, eye catcher, and people selected Gael for the project. So he will be there. He will be in Miami to meet growers, partners, investors. So yeah, they have 10 years of advance on us. They are way more used to cannabis in form of edible, smoking, drinking, you name it. They use cannabis in a lot of forms.
Okay, you just mentioned crypto.com, so I want to know more about it. I don't know how much you can disclose, obviously, but
I can't disclose anything.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, this was just nice. We are speaking with the guys from crypto.com. Yeah,
that's good. So we'll be looking forward to collaboration. Hopefully,
yeah. This is
it materializes.
Things are moving quite fast these days. So yeah, it's great. It's great to have the attention of such a big actor.
Yeah. How many NFTs have you minted so far?
Personally?
No, not personally. As like Waldo Legends. So just to make sure that I got the numbers right, kind of thing. You are now minting 116 more, and I'll be finishing in the 5th of August.
The 9th.
Oh, the 9th. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
The 9th, and we minted 304.
Okay. And do you have any other partnerships that will be announced within the next month or the next few months, or anything on the roadmap for you that will help you achieve your underlying objective?
No, not at the moment. But we have a lot to come, but we can't disclose this partnership. But obviously, we are speaking with well-known growers in Switzerland, the biggest ones, in France, and we have a lot of nice leads in USA. And yeah, we hope to be able to grab a part of the German market, because Germany legalized on the 1st of April this year. So this is full adult use regulation, so people can smoke freely and have stuff on them. It's very it's very good for us, when such a big country, the biggest, the not the biggest in size, but the biggest in
economy.
Say PIB in France. I think it's
population.
GDR. Yeah, gross. The amount of money done by the country. I don't know how to say that in English, but this is the biggest. This is the biggest economy in Europe, the Germany, and this is a bold move from them. And obviously they are planning 400 tons to be consumed next year of cannabis products. So yeah, we would like to do something there. This is kind of on the Spanish model, social clubs. So you have social clubs in Germany, but at the moment this is really reserved to German people. But yeah, maybe this will open to the neighbors.
Have they legalized just CBD or THC as well?
THC, adult use. So this is full, just like California, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I wasn't aware of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, this is
Nice.
a real bold move. And you have the Duché of Luxembourg that
Yeah.
is really into that too. You have Malta, you have Spain. Switzerland is very progressive on that. They are doing real life tests with THC product in Lausanne and Geneva. Maybe UK is progressive on it too, so they want to move. Honestly, in the 5 years to come, I think this will be the biggest market in the world. Like cannabis the biggest cannabis market will be in Europe. Sorry,
Oh, wow.
not the biggest market in the world, but
Yeah.
this will be bigger than USA. Yeah.
Nice. And my final question for you would be, if you could achieve one thing on a personal level and one thing on a business level for Waldo Legends, what would those things be? They will most likely be different.
On a personal level, sometimes I would like to be like a robot, being able to have routines and going to bed early, miracle morning and all that stuff. So being able to stick to my effing routine because it's hard, like you, I'm doing sport 3 times a week. I'm eating only organic food, not when I'm in Lisbon, obviously, but at home, trying to have good sleep, 8 hours long. But this is tough, to be like clockwork. This is very tough. But yeah, this is what I would like to be. Not being like a robot, but having real routines, unshakable routines. And for Waldos, honestly, I would like to be the Red Bull of cannabis in 5 years. Like, yeah, top of mind, Oh, you smoke a Waldos. I would like that. It will be something, come on, roll a Waldos, man. Smoke a Waldos. Yeah, that's what I would like for the company.
Nah, that's a good goal to have. Pleasure talking to you. And
Yeah,
I
it
will
was
look
so
forward
nice.
to the launch of the token and everything else.
You will be at the first seat. Don't worry.
Thanks.
More alpha, more airdrop, more things to come.